Konnichiwa everybody, it's Ward, and it's time to check out a trailer for the Breaking Bad movie. Oh my gosh, it has been a while, 6 years since the show ended, and it is one of my favorite shows. It's my second favorite show actually, right after Lost, although I do admit that Breaking Bad is way better produced, it has more consistent writing, and it ended at a very good point. Perfect pacing, really, as opposed to Lost. Although I am in the camp that, likes the ending of Lost still. But anyways, Breaking Bad. I have seen 2 seasons of Better Call Saul and a couple episodes. I was watching it with my brother, but then he decided to watch it without me, and so I just never got back to it. That also started before I started reacting, I think. Or maybe I was watching still a bit with him, even though I was reacting to shows. But that show is also amazing. Hopefully I don't have to watch it to fully enjoy this movie. Catch up with it. There's 4 seasons now, I think. But yeah, this movie, El Camino, it means the way in Spanish. I guess it is about Jesse running away, but nobody was really hunting him last time we saw him. As in the police, right? Hank wasn't that much about taking him in, even though he knew that Jesse knew. They didn't really have anything on him, so I'm wondering what's the new deal? Why is there going to be a hunt for him? I know that much. Everybody knew that a while ago that they were making a movie, but supposedly a broken man escaped from captivity, getting chased. Spoilers. But that's what I heard anyways. Hopefully he gets the happy ending, because it would kind of the Breaking Bad ended in a pretty perfect way, I would say. But there we have another, continuation. Better Call Saul is also great. But yeah, it better end happily for Jesse, I think. Otherwise it would sour the ending of Breaking Bad. Unfortunately, that makes it a bit predictable, I guess, that Jesse, it comes to a happy place. What about Brock, huh? Is there any future where Jesse and Brock is living together? Kind of doubt that. He can barely take care of himself, can he? But yeah, he was in a bit of a better place, but I do love that trope of people getting hunted by police. Anyways, let's check it out.
I don't know what to tell you. I ain't said 500 times already.
Skinny Pete.
I have no idea where he is. Don't know where he's headed either.
Big ass
North,
interrogation.
south, west, east, Mexico, the moon. I don't have a clue. But yo, even if I did,
I wouldn't tell you.
I wouldn't tell you. Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking.
People found out.
I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
That's a great way to put it. El Camino. Yeah, it didn't show too much. I was guessing that, actually. That's why I wasn't jumping into the trailer that fast. Took a while to rant, didn't I? Considering you never got to see my reactions to the show. Oh my heart stopped in a lot of the episodes. They were very, very intense, and oh yeah, this year actually. It's not too long until it's out. I thought for sure it was going to be next year. But yeah, Netflix, they don't show the trailers too far in advance usually. And yeah, it's already been filmed and all in secret, I guess, then. There weren't really any words on this movie, just about, except for they were gonna make it. But yeah, I guess does Skinny Pete look older? It's kind of difficult to tell. I mean, obviously the actor is older, but how long has it been, huh? And how did I really find out? I guess they could look at the tapes. They were filming Jesse. No, they weren't filming him in the cage necessarily, or like keeping watch, anyways. How did they figure all that out, huh? There was like no witnesses left. Of course, they might have found the tapes that like Jesse made with Hank and Gomez or whatever. But I mean, they were working like very under the radar, right? Of course, it is a bit suspicious that Hank and Gomez would disappear. Spoiler. Why are you still watching this? If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, what are you even doing here? I should have told you that in the beginning, but oh well. One of the best shows. The best show I've seen, actually. Game of Thrones used to be my like third favorite, but I mean, it turned to shit quite a while ago, so it's like way down there now. But Breaking Bad is still my second favorite. But yeah, like I was saying, Jesse was interrogated by Hank a little bit after, and that was off camera in one of the last episodes, after he had been interrogated by some other cops that we had seen interrogate Jesse before that, one other occasion, because of his like reckless and money throwing away prank in that one episode. But they didn't really find anything out. But then suddenly, Hank and Gomez disappear. Gomez is Hank's partner, and like, of course, they want to find Jesse, but it does sound like they have some very solid evidence to like put him away. Because I mean, they lived pretty freely for a year, Jesse and Walt, with no trouble, until that fated day that Hank sat down on the toilet. Oh man, I love that episode. I think Ozymandias is probably my favorite live action episode, even more than any of the episodes in Lost, even though they come pretty close. But also that episode, or that moment, oh man, amazing. So many amazing moments in this show. Speaking of comparing it to Game of Thrones, I think the revolting things, or like the disgusting, despicable behavior of Walt, is like way more real than anything that happens in Game of Thrones. Way more shocking, I could say. Like, Red Wedding, get out of here. Walt White, he knows how to shock you, alright? A little bit, anyways. But yeah, Skinny Pete, I'm sure they're interrogating Badger as well. Right? They're both equally Jesse's friends. Of course, Skinny Pete did mention to Walter in the final episode that he heard that Jesse had gone to Arizona. Wait, did he mention it? No, he didn't really say anything about Jesse back then. He was just hush-hush about it. Didn't he just like say that? What did he say? I need to go back and look. He did tell them like some lie, obviously, to get them to work for him. Like, he didn't tell them that he threw Jesse under the bus, right. But yeah, I don't think Skinny Pete will be too much of a big... What's going to happen in this movie? Like, Jesse... Oh, and Saul also better be in this movie, I guess. He's a fun character. I mean, I'm sure all of the important ones will be there, right? And it will be thrilling and intense as hell. A whole movie of Breaking Bad. I mean, some of the later episodes were quite long, weren't they? It wouldn't be that different, I guess, than one more episode, or like two put together. I guess I could watch it one more time.
Tell you I ain't said like 500 times already.
Oh, that is Hank and Gomez. I didn't even notice. On the wall there. Too busy talking, huh? honorable
idea where he
plagues.
is. Don't know where he's headed either. North, south, west, east, Mexico, the moon. I don't have a clue.
I mean, El Camino
But yo, even if I did,
sounds like Mexico,
I wouldn't
doesn't
tell
it?
you. Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
But yeah, we'll be reacting to it if that wasn't obvious. Right. But yeah, I don't really remember even what episode of Better Call Saul I am on. I do kind of need to get back to reacting to that as well. Oh man, there's so many shows and series I want to react to, but I was also going to start The Wire like in a hot second. I will be starting it maybe today even. Look forward to it. But of course, I am still about 4 months ahead on Patreon. Boo-hoo. I'm trying to catch it more up though. My YouTube with my Patreon, that is. Lots of editing that needs to be done. Takes a lot of time if you didn't know. Especially with Game of Thrones. Like the last episode I edited of it took like hours. I'm gonna be way more lazy with my next edit for sure. Who does that? Spend hours editing one episode? I mean, most of the reaction channels do that, I guess. But I'm like being so hasty with it. Of course, I will do an edited reaction and an uncut version available on Patreon for the movie. Let's see if there's anything else to glean from this.
I don't know what to tell you. I ain't said like 5.
I'm just searching for a needle now in the haystack. Oh, what's this? It just says an investigator
500 times already.
interview room. I guess that's what they call them. And yeah, they never even found their bodies either, right? They're buried out in the desert. I don't think anybody knew where they were except Jesse. Of course, I don't think he would be able to tell them where it was either, even if they did catch him. That logo, that looks familiar. Is that like a common like FBI logo? Is it in a show? It's not a show logo, is it? As in specific only to the show. And yeah, he is being recorded here. There's a recorder on the... Oh, there's some pictures, maybe.
Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody, about what all...
But yeah, it was pretty awful the way they made him cook, huh? Camino, a Netflix original. I didn't even notice that until now. Well, I guess I did read it, but of course it's going to be on Netflix. It's not going to be fast or available anywhere else. So thank God for that. I mean, Vince Gilligan, amazing writer, by the way. He did say a lot of thanks to Netflix for the show being so popular. I watched it on Netflix, I think, back then. I started watching it when I was in like the 3rd season, and then I just binge watched. Caught up real fast. But yeah, if it's anything like a show, then it will be godlike. I do love me some Breaking Bad. Oh man, I wish you could see my reactions to it. Like Ozymandias, oh man. So much more titillating than anything that happens in Game of Thrones Season 8. That one episode has more interesting awesomeness. Yeah. I'll take any opportunity to hate on Game of Thrones, even though I haven't released all of my reactions to it yet. And it seemed like I enjoyed it enough in the last episode, then that... Oh well. when all was said and done, it turned to shit, didn't it? But Breaking Bad didn't. So why even bother mentioning it in the same sentence? Game of Thrones doesn't even deserve that anymore. Alright? But yeah, this could be like the best movie continuation of a show ever. Dare I say that? Continuation. I can almost not think of any show that did this. Right? No good shows anyways. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot, if you couldn't tell. And I hope you stay subscribed if you want to see my reaction to it. Of course, it will be a while from now. But I will also be reacting to The Wire, which people mention is just about as good as Breaking Bad. I mean, they say, I do remember that scene in Family Guy. I haven't seen too much of Family Guy, but I've seen that clip where Peter gets hypnotized by the TV to like talk to always almost never stop talking about Breaking Bad. It is the best show I've ever seen, except for maybe The Wire. He like repeats after the TV after it's like sending these like messages. So I mean, yeah, if I enjoyed Breaking Bad that much, I should enjoy The Wire, right? Of course, that's also on Patreon, so you won't see it for a while. Maybe not 4 months though, like 3 months, 2.5 months if I can make it fast. Edit fast. But I'm still watching a lot of stuff at a higher pace than I'm releasing on YouTube. I guess it will always just be like that because I want to watch more than I want to edit. Suck it. Too bad if you're watching it on YouTube. I mean, it is what it is. Edited reactions take a lot of time. But yeah. Look forward to my reactions. And yeah, if you enjoyed my reaction to this teaser, I mean, there might be another trailer. I'm not sure if I'll react to it even if they make another one, because I mean, the movie's right around the corner anyways. But if you enjoyed my reaction, I'll suggest you subscribe. And as always, there's early access and uncut versions of my reactions available on Patreon. And you can also make me watch stuff there. Up to 12 episodes of anime each month or something of equal length. And I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace.